Welcome to Hack Shack Studios. We are live. We are live. Hey everyone, RT Bear here, and we are going to be hanging. So feel free to throw those questions in the chat. We are going to have the hardest working person in Comicsgate. Well, he's a really hard-working guy in Comicsgate. There are a lot of hard-working guys in Comicsgate. We have Eric Weathers. He's got Battlebrick Road, and I think he just popped in here. So let's get Eric in here. What's up, Eric?
Hey, how's it going, man?
That's going good. I wanted to say you were the hardest working Comicsgater, but I think we're all pretty hard working.
That's
so how
true.
would you describe yourself? The busiest? I don't know. The most multitasking?
Multitasking. Here, let me move my mic a little closer. Let's say most prolific.
There you go.
Since I'm working on all the books.
Yeah, I like that. I actually made, 3 different inker records, and I think one of them was most prolific.
Nice.
Career-wise, and I think I was in the top 15. So I guess I've done a little bit of work myself.
Just a bit. Just a bit of a career behind you. Yeah.
That's in the past, though, man. I don't work that hard anymore. You're a young guy. You still have to make a name for yourself.
That's true. Clawing my way to the top.
Yeah, I think you're doing a great job of that, man. I'm really digging all the stuff you're doing. Battlebrick Road is amazing. I just looked through last night. I'm cleaning up the studio because we're selling the house, so I'm kind of packing things. Mm-hmm. And I came across Flying Fortress last night. That's a killer book, man. That's a great
Thank you. Yeah, we're packing too. I've got a stack of boxes behind me that was once a bookshelf, and we're moving. We bought a house. We're on the up and up here. We're moving on up to the east side. Actually, we're moving down south, but staying in the same town.
So wait a minute. So you're selling, or actually you sold and now you're buying, or were you renting and now you're buying?
We're renting and we're now buying.
So if I'm so bold, what area are you moving to?
Well, I still live in Wichita,
okay.
in Kansas. So yeah, I'm just going to be in a different part of town.
Okay. So. Yeah, we're making a big shift. So we're moving from Southern California to probably the Woodlands, Texas. It's about 20 minutes outside of Houston.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the area a bit. I had a friend who used to live in Houston, so we've been there. Drove through there recently on the way to Galveston. We went on vacation last year to Galveston, earlier this year.
So do you get the same level of humidity as Texas, especially since you said you're moving more south?
Yeah, we get, I would say, about 60%. Not in the amount of humidity per day, but in the total about it over the year, we probably get almost half as much as humid days as Houston does. Houston, it's always sweaty.
Yeah.
But I mean, here in Kansas, we get plenty of it as well. Especially, after a rainy day or a rainy season, you can just get days and days of humidity, and it feels like it never goes away.
So the key is really having a good air conditioning system in the house, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
That's my main thing. So we're shopping kind of online now, but we're gonna fly. My wife and I are gonna fly down there, and we're gonna test drive some of these houses. And believe me, one of the main things I'm looking for is a good AC, because I'm indoors like you. I'm indoors most of the time, so really the environment doesn't affect me to that extent. And everybody's like, you're leaving, perfect Southern California weather and stuff. It's been 50% humidity here this summer. Like, it's crazy here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's never. Sorry, my microphone's been squeaking lately. It's never. Everybody says that here in Kansas, we have all 4 seasons, and I still think you guys, you're gonna have to worry about hurricanes now instead of earthquakes, but I'm in Tornado Alley, so there's trouble everywhere you go.
Yeah, that's what I think, because even Southern California, there's going to be 3 months of bad weather probably anywhere you go. And everybody says Southern California weather is perfect, but summertime where we're at, because we're in the hills here in Corona, and it's considered a little bit more desert than like, more south, like towards Mexico and stuff like that, or Northern California. So it's a little hotter here, maybe 5 to 10 degrees, depending on the day. But it's usually, except for, the last week or so, it's usually a dry heat. So it's not too bad. But it's still hot as hell. So I'm figuring there's going to be 3 months anywhere I go, because we have friends and family in Ohio. So they have 3 months of, snow, but they also have the humidity in the summertime, like most states actually have humidity, I think.
Most of the country has every season, California notwithstanding.
Yeah.
Maybe Florida as well, southern Florida.
Yeah, Florida would be great. We could live like kings and queens if we moved to Florida, but man, I'll tell you, it's not just the humidity, it's the alligators. Scare the shit out of me.
Watch out, they'll get you, steal your children.
Did you see that? I think it was on a Jack show, and they were playing, like, there was a young couple in a pool, and I guess they had like a security camera in the backyard, so it's nighttime. And so out of the darkness comes, like faster than shit, a alligator, and it just jumps in the pool and lunges right at the young couple. And so he kind of pushes her out of the way and darts out. And I think she got bit twice before they got her out of the pool.
Dang.
Yeah, and it was.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, it scared the shit out of me. And then I saw, if you guys want, man, type online alligators climbing. They can climb freaking walls like lizards. And I saw that, and I was like, you can't keep them out. You can't keep them out.
You get your house on stilts like they do on the beach, and they're still going to slither their way up there.
Oh, yeah, they'll climb their way right up there, won't they? Holy shit. Yeah, so we're looking at that area. There's also Tomball, there's Spring, Texas. There's some areas around that the woodlands that we like, and the houses are gorgeous. And they're kind of planned communities, so they're kind of built. They're built in the natural woods area. So there's a lot of, like here in California, we don't have trees over like maybe 40, 50 feet. That's pretty tall around here. Those trees are like 100 foot. I mean, they've been there for like, 100 plus years. And so they kind of built the houses inside of, the forest lands. So there's a lot of green belts around, and there's a lot of space, which you don't really have in California. So we're really looking forward to it. We talk about houses a lot here.
This is the best. This is what the people come here for.
Yeah,
Talk about moving and weather and alligators and stuff.
So is it due to your heavy work schedule that you're able to buy a house, or is this something you guys have been working for a while?
Well, we've been working for a while, and it was. I mean, this is Comicsgate right here. This is, I call it the house that Comicsgate built. All the lettering gigs that I've been available to me, and over the past 2.5, almost 3 years, you save your money, you make it happen, and that's what we're doing. So we're excited. We're really excited.
Yeah. So when's the move?
September 11th.
Oh, let's hope for the best.
Never forget.
September 11th.
Yeah.
Is that the day the escrow gave you?
Yeah, that's closing date. So it might move up. It depends on. I mean, the lenders are they're kind of busy these days. A lot of people moving all over the place. So
yeah, I remember when we tried to buy this house. It was the early 90s, so this was the boom town, right? Or boom time. And so my wife worked at Northrop. She wrote policies and procedures, and I'm just like, I'm working on cable for Marvel. And so I remember trying to get loans lined up for this house, and nobody, Eric, they didn't believe in me. They didn't believe in a freelancer working for Marvel Comics. Those sons of bitches. And so then I actually, it was nice that Bob Harris wrote a letter to the lender, and that still didn't work. And so we just kept shopping. So finally, we get this message back through the escrow company, and it just says, R.T. Bear, the same R.T. Bear that works for Marvel on the X-Men books. And so then we just wrote back, yes. And then within like a few days, I was approved. So it turns out the guy was a big Cable fan.
That's great. That's the way you do it. You're like Picasso, paying for your meals with sketches on a napkin.
Hell yeah, I do that all the time if it worked. Yeah, so that was really cool. But really, what legitimized the loan was my wife, because she had a steady job at a reputable corporation called Northrop. So she was more the legitimacy on the loan. Although I was the big bucks guy on the loan.
Yeah, they still didn't trust you.
They still didn't trust.
All it took was one fan.
Yeah, one person. Yeah, so that was good. So hey, we have Mike Barron in the chat. Mike Barron, we're talking about Florida. So Gators, don't talk to me about frickin' Gators. I talked to Ben Hennessy. He lives in Florida, and he said, I just have a sidearm, and on my property, if I see him, I just pop him. And I was like, that's the only way I'd be able to live there.
Yeah.
Because those things,
lock and load.
Yeah, they just scare the shit out of me, man. I'd have to kill them. We have rattlesnakes here, so I've killed. Well, we've had 2 of them. One of them, had its demise. The other one got away. So I'm kind of used to things that can hurt us or kill us, but nothing the size of me.
Yeah, nothing that could swallow you.
Yeah,
drag you underwater and drown you. Yeah.
I saw a clip of some guy being digested by an alligator. It was horrible, man. Once you see a foot coming out of a gator's mouth, it's not cool, man.
No, there's nothing here in Kansas, like not where I live at least. The most wild things we get in our yard are maybe in our area, maybe coyotes or foxes. Nothing.
Oh, you're lucky. So do you have bodies of water? Because
not there's like a little pond, like there's nothing insane. Not in my general area. You go 30 miles out, you start getting lakes and stuff, but nothing.
Yeah, the area where
right around here.
Yeah, there's a lot of lakes and stuff like that. So I'm wondering if there's like, because I hear like south, there's like water moccasins and
Yep.
There's poisonous snakes that are in the water, and I don't want that shit either. I had to pull a rattlesnake out of my pool skimmer one year. I was lucky; it was a smaller one, so I could do it with tongs, with barbecue tongs.
Yeah, when we had a pool growing up, and there was always something you'd have to rescue or fish out of the moles and mice and frogs and snakes. Anything that crawls on the ground that's not paying attention at night ends up in the pool. And sometimes you get them early in the morning and you can fish them out before they drown.
Well, I always have to do it before the family, so I keep most of this close to the vest because they'll never jump in the pool if they know half the shit I've pulled out of there.
Wildlife, you can never keep it away fully.
No, you cannot. Yes. So, would you like to talk about comics for a while?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah. We have. You're in demand right now with Battlebrick Road, correct?
That is correct. Yeah, we have been in demand for quite a while, actually. I think it closed on. Well, it says here July 8th is when the official 60 days ended. So we've been working, been keeping busy. I haven't really promoted much since the campaign closed. I'll hop on with Clint on his show every Monday or so, but not really doing much. Every once in a while on Ethan's big show, but trying to keep my head down, getting books lettered, getting my book drawn, and just staying busy.
Yeah. You're only 100, like maybe 200, 250 away from 70K. Is that right?
Yeah, about 290 from 70K.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to screen share. I have a link all prepared, and also, you guys, there is a link in the description. So if you want to go check out Battlebrook Road, possibly back it, that would be cool.
Indeed.
Yeah, so 290. Yeah, so you're 290 away. Let's play the video so people can get hip. This does a lot of heavy lifting right here.
It really does.
Wait a minute, I've seen that movie.
Welcome to Oz.
Oh yeah.
Tell me, how again did you find your way here? None need to worry. You are safe here. There are wonders here. Never seen before.
Yeah.
You thought you could escape me?
Thea Gale has grown up in a world brought to its knees by drought and monstrous dust storms. Now, a message from her long-lost father will set her on a path through an exotic land. Along with her trusty sidekick Toto, she must befriend a ragtag group of outcasts to endure the many challenges along the way. Battlebrook Road Operation Zephyr is a 52-page graphic novel and first volume in a 4-part series. From artificial intelligence to genetic manipulation, Battlebrook Road brings an original and multi-layered story to the familiar backdrop of Oz. Back it today and help bring to life this apocalyptically fresh take on the classic American fairy tale. Only on Indiegogo.
Wow, that's killer. That's killer. I heard that possibly somebody had ripped you off. Is that right?
It sure seems that way. There's another book out there with a post-apocalyptic military take on the Wizard of Oz, swarming around Kickstarter. So, it's the land of the enemy, as I like to say. And,
the terrain of the losers.
Exactly. Yeah. So I saw it like last week, I think, and it's getting all of the darling press. It's on IGN and Sci-Fi Wire, and it's getting all the mainstream attention. That's all right. I've got Comicsgate's attention. It's all I need.
Yeah, they got the attention, but you got the numbers. You got the fans.
We've got the fans. We've got the momentum. I think I can't complain. We're doing freaking awesome on this campaign. We're inches from 70K. We're working our way towards our $75,000 stretch goal, where everybody's going to get a holographic sticker, sort of a holofoil holographic sticker.
Do you have a graphic of that here?
No, not yet. I'll get that going here.
I was going to go
soon.
to it.
It's all about priorities, Got to get this book drawn and get it colored and lettered, and then it's a lot of work getting a book together. I feel like you might know what I'm talking about.
A little bit, yeah,
a little bit.
And you're right, it is priorities. And the thing about what we're doing is the priorities, I find, shift every day.
Yeah.
So what I usually do is I write all my priorities the night before, and then I wake up in the morning. I spend half my day not doing the priorities and putting out fires. And then when it slows down later in the evening, I'm able to actually get things done.
That sounds familiar. Sounds like every day of my life. And a lot of times my list is like, it's unfeasible to even get everything that I want to get done in a day done. At least I write it down so I know what I can move to the next day and the next day.
Yeah, I do look forward to the next day though, every day, because it's always something I want to do. Even the fires lately haven't been really cool for Chrono Mechanics, but and people that have been listening, they know what I'm talking about. But on a normal day, yeah, it's great. And I want you to talk about this Kenneth Rocafort variant. This thing's amazing,
isn't it?
Wow.
It is. I'm blown away by it daily. It's my wallpaper on my computer. I love it so much. So a little while ago, Ethan announced that Kenneth was Comicsgate. He was going to hop on a stream, but he couldn't get his camera fixed, and there were some technical difficulties. He couldn't hop on the stream. But I messaged him just to say, hey, I'm a big fan. Welcome to Comicsgate. And we had a little back and forth on Twitter, little in DMs, saying, just talking. And he mentioned that he liked my Battlebrick Road idea, and he thought my Scarecrow design was, as he put it, fire. He put the little fire emoji. And so I was like, well, we need a trading card. I know you're at DC still. Is that exclusive? Like, what's the deal here? And would you be interested in doing a trading card for me? And he said, no, of course, I'd love to. And he just asked me, the one question he asked me is, what kind of rifle does he use? And I sent him a photo of that one. And a few days later, 2 or 3 days later, I get the finished piece. I get what you see. He sent me a few sketches, a few desk shots, and he only showed Scarecrow. And it's like his hand was covering where Tin Man was. I didn't know Tin Man was going to be in this piece. And then I see it full color, like on a Sunday morning. I get a DM, and I'm blown out of my seat because it's amazing. And I was like, this is gorgeous, and it can't just be a trading card. When I drop this, people are going to want it to be a cover. And I was right. They were like, this has to be a cover. Make it a cover. Make it a cover. So he gave me the green light to make it a cover, and so it became the variant like 3 or 4 days before the campaign came to an end.
Yeah, I was on the stream when you put it up. I think you sold 100 books just when we were on the stream. It was incredible.
Yeah, it went bananas. The response was outrageous. I got a lot of refund requests because people were upgrading. I got the one, but now I want both of them. So I think I processed over the course of 2 or 3 days, there were like 60 or 70 refunds for people that were upgrading to a higher tier just to get the new cover.
Well, now you have the featured, right? This is all 3 versions?
Yeah, correct. So you'll get the featured is both covers, mine and Kenneth's, plus the supplemental book, which is sort of our cutting room floor, behind the scenes bio, fan art, all that mixed together. Book. Sometimes I lose the most simple words, and a couple of a small fold-out poster of each of the covers as well.
So what is the fold-out poster? Is that bound into the book like the old school fold-outs, or is it a poster that's folded?
It's going to be just a poster that I'm going to fold out, a mini print, sort of fold out. One that's bigger than. I'm sorry.
Oh, you did those with Flying Fortress, right?
I did, but I think I might go a little bit smaller in this so that I can just have one fold and it'll fit in the book, and it won't be, because I have to do it myself. Oh,
wow.
Yeah, folding posters was the bottleneck in our fulfillment for Flying Fortress, because, I mean, you want to get it to where it's folded straight, and I would sit here and use my drafting table because I have a little lip at the bottom that holds my pencil, so I would sort of butt it up against it and make sure all my creases were straight. But yeah, if I could just fold posters once and call it good, that would help.
Well, Eric, you know that there is a printing service where they can fold the print.
The printer I used couldn't fold the 11x17s. Not in a French fold. Yeah, they wouldn't do it. So. Yeah,
we had the on black and white. We had a calendar, like 11x17 calendar that we had folded, and it is a little costly, but I thought in the long run it would be better because one, it's a lot of work, and two, to get that kind of perfect fold, it's really difficult. And I got your posters from Flying Fortress. Those things, the folds, I would not have thought you folded those by hand because they were perfect, man.
Thanks. Yeah. I try to make everything as perfect as I can where I can.
Yeah,
So-
you are the tin man. You are a machine, my friend. So here's some interiors. These things are gorgeous. I remember early on seeing this in pencils, and this is the chase. So this looks like it's what sets up before the call to Dorothy Gale, or what's her name?
Thea.
Thea Gale. Yeah.
Yeah. This is actually 20 years in the past. This is we open on this big chase scene, and Dorothy, or Thea, is a small child. She's about 5 years old, and
Is she in the car with him?
yeah, she's in the car, and as you
I
switch
saw some shots, where she's in the
Yeah.
back seat. Yeah.
Yeah. So it is them escaping and being chased, and her dad. There, we will see that he has to leave her in Toto's capable hands for protection, and hopefully she can someday soon reunite with her dad. And that's the crux of her motivation, in order for her to find where Oz is and find out where her dad is.
Right. So this is what you just explained, where Toto is going to help her escape, and I assume bring her back to Kansas. Is that correct?
Yeah. Well, bring her to safety without giving too much away.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So, yeah, they are escaping a bad situation. He's trying to get his daughter out of there and make sure that she gets to where she can be kept safe, and he won't have to worry about her because he'll know she's in good hands.
Right. Well, how could you not be with Toto? And Toto is this orb, right? That's
Yep.
new version.
That's
of
Toto right there.
Oh, look at Toto. His hands on, just ramming that guy. That's awesome.
Yeah, he's a badass. Toto's not one to be messed with.
He's not ramming him. He's whamming him.
He's whamming him. Yeah.
Yes, cool. Sound effects are the best. I love comic books. Oh, look at this. Those designs are cool. Those. Are these like the guardsmen of Oz, or what are these?
Yeah.
Because they're kind
Yep.
of.
So these are the Emerald Guard. In the book, the original book, in the movie, they're called Winkies. A lot of the Oz stuff has really kind of goofy names, and we're shying away from that sort of stuff for the most part.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Emerald Guard has a nice ring to it. So these guys are trying to get back. That's Howard, her dad. They're trying to get Howard, and he's not having it. And Toto's making sure that they don't get found.
Toto is a badass. Look at this shit. That seems a little overkill for this Emerald Warrior. I'm not sure, but are they like the Terminator? You just got to kind of melt them down so they'll stop.
Yeah, they're determined, and I think maybe Toto's a little bit more determined.
I like that his lens is flying out of his eye there. That's a nice little touch there. Oh my gosh, this is so awesome, Eric. Oh, here's that double page. Yeah.
Yeah, I wish it could get bigger.
Yeah.
But Indiegogo has got its limits on image size. But yeah, that's down there under the sun in the lower left-hand corner is the car. They're going into this giant sandstorm. Another way to get away, to try and hide.
That's great storytelling too. Not only the way the storm frames in the car on the sand there, but also the way you guys colored it with the sun setting, and it kind of highlights the car.
Mm-hmm.
That's really nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, when I was in a band, to say that's tasty.
I like tasty. I'll take tasty.
That's a tasty lick right there. Very, very cool. So, wow, a lot of stretch goals unlocked. This is great. This is really, really cool. Battlebrook Road patch, trading card, another trading card, bookmark, Toto ash can. Holy shit, 8 pages. There's the holographic sticker. So that's the one you're closing in on right now?
Yep, that's the one next in our sights, which we're just a smidge over 5,000 away from from getting that one. And then the big one at 6 figures, if we can break a 6-figure campaign here, I'm going to bonus everybody else on the creative team outside of myself. So we'll give 6 AM Comics is doing the Ash Can. We'll give him a bonus. We'll give the colorist a bonus. I just think I have been blessed with being able to work on so many Comicsgate projects, and a lot of them have bonused, and I want to be able to return the favor.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, we did that with Black and White as well. And did it make you a little nervous though when you put up the 100K? I mean, that would make any like you go, oh, this feels really good that we actually have the chance to get to 100K. But at the same time, you're thinking like, is this a little presumptuous? You know?
Well, yeah, the numbers weren't figured out until you see kind of where the campaign's going. You know? I didn't know that it was going to need to be, for instance, a 35K for a patch. You know, if the campaign would have been on a different trajectory, maybe that would have been a different number on the stretch goal. So you kind of just see where things are. We're right at 70, and you know, another 30, and I haven't really been promoting all that much lately. And you know, I figure if I can hit the old campaign trail over the next few months while we work on the book, I mean, why not give it a shot? Why not see what we can do?
Yeah, there's definitely the potential for it. But I just know if I threw that number up, I would feel I would be torn. Like 100K is, am I asking? Yeah. This is because that's a crazy amount of money.
I know it's far. I mean, 50 was far beyond expectations.
Yeah.
So to already be looking at 70, we doubled Flying Fortress's campaign in backer count and in amount. So this is, I mean, people have been chomping at the bit for this book for a while. As I've said in the past, you know, I was promoting this idea. I had this idea floating out there since before I even launched Flying Fortress. So, you know, it was there were a lot of people that knew about it, that were excited about it, that knew the pitch, that knew the idea we were going for, that were just ready to go day one.
Yeah.
With backing, or at least if not day one, get in there as soon as they could.
And then with the killer design, with a killer design like the Scarecrow here, you just locked it down. This is incredible. That design is really, really well done, Eric. I think every once in a while, you'll hope for this as an artist that you hit something that feels iconic, and not just the concept, because the concept is like, it's one of those things like it feels like it already existed. You know what I mean? Like it's like so organic and so iconic. Like it feels like it already existed. And then like, you know, when you tie that with a visual like this, I like the Tin Man design too, but the Scarecrow is absolutely iconic. So I think you hit like the double whammy here. You hit a concept that feels, and what I mean like it feels like it already existed, I don't mean that as a bad thing. Like when I heard when Alan Moore put out the Legion of whatever heroes. What is that book called?
League of Extraordinary?
League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Yeah, thank you. And I was just like, that had to have existed prior. That had to have already existed. And then you just realize like, no, it didn't. Like he just hit on something that feels like a no shit. Like, like why didn't somebody already do this? Like,
that's it's weird because I remember thinking that when I was putting it together. Like, you have to look around. It's like, does this exist anywhere? This seems kind of like somebody would have already thought of this. And
I'll go ahead.
You know, sometimes you get that special sauce, and I was lucky enough. Zeb and I were lucky enough to make that our special sauce. So.
Yeah, you hit on it. I remember it was Paul McCartney, and I don't remember the song, but it was one of like his big Beatles songs. And so he woke up, the song was in his head, and so he brought it to, you know, George Martin and the rest of the Beatles, and he played it for him. Like I guess he put like a little demo down or something like that. And he said, because he felt like it already existed, like he felt like he was just channeling something that, you know, he had heard or something like that. So he was very skeptical when he played it for him, and they all said, "No, dude, this never existed before. This is an amazing song." And so, you know, I think you kind of hit that with this concept as well. Like, it's just something that feels like it has already existed, but it never did. And I hate you for it.
I'll take it. I'll take RT Bear hate. Why not? I'll take it.
Because I mean, these are things that you strive for, man. They like, and that's why when people ask me, like, they ask for advice, like, "Oh, I'm a nobody, but I have this idea of doing this Comicsgate book," and I say, good ideas can come from anybody. Like, it doesn't have to come from a fan favorite, you know, that's been doing comics forever. Like, good ideas can come, good story ideas, good concepts can come from anywhere.
Yep.
And that's really, when you're doing these indie projects, that's all you have is your voice, is your individual voice. And holy shit, dude, you hit a home run here. So
thank you. I feel like I have good ideas in me. It's a matter of finding the right team to work with, finding the right timing or whatever the magic sauce is. Here I am talking about sauce again. I don't know what's going on. Maybe I'm hungry.
Making me hungry.
Yeah. You know, it's that barbecue that we need to go have one of these days. That's what I'm thinking about. So, but I have ideas. Like, I have kernels of storylines that I'm not much of a writer myself. So normally you have a writer's like, I need an artist. I need to find an artist. I'm the opposite. I'm an artist and I need to find writers. So, you know, that's how this happened. I went to Zeb and I said, I have 2 ideas. Which one do you want to roll with? And he picked Oz. He picked Battlebrick Road. And, you know, I've got more. You know, Vaughn and I are tinkering on something that's probably going to be a few years away, but you know, we've got what we're calling Project Battle Axe in the not too distant, but maybe distant future. So again, ideas concepts or whatever that I like to sort of find somebody that I can make it better with, because I really enjoy the collaborative process of making a book.
Yeah, same. And I have like crazy dyslexia, so I always have to write with a partner. So I always have to work with somebody that can understand my scribbles, because sometimes they're all like, there needs to be a translation because of the dyslexia. But I've been always very fortunate that my wife has been willing to work with me. So even when she's not credited, she's always there behind the scenes correcting my manuscripts and stuff like that. So God bless her, man. I would not be able to do any of these things without her. And then sometimes I work with other writing partners as well. So it does really help when you can find somebody that can deliver and execute what's in your head, you know.
Yeah, and it's rare, and when you find them, you got to hold on to them.
Yeah, is this you? Is this Scopy? What is this?
No, so Zeb Hatfield's cousin, Zeb, our writer, his cousin did that just sort of on his own. It's, again, Sundays seem to be the magic day for me getting fantastic art my way. Yeah, that was when I got the Roquefort cover. That's when I got this, was a random Sunday. Zeb just texted this to me. And, you know, maybe somewhere down the line, you know, doing a statue or something, that would be awesome. Scarecrow has proven to be very popular, just in his design, just in the idea that people have. Hopefully we can deliver on that hype. But I like the idea of having a sculpture or a figure or whatever that would end up being with a tie-in one-shot comic book. I think that would be pretty rad.
Yeah, that would be. And aren't you kind of tying into, is it an urban legend or is it fact that in the MGM version that the Scarecrow had a pistol? Is that true?
Oh, it's true. Yeah, in a scene, you can actually you can Google it.
Well, I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna hit refresh and see if we got a backer or two. 710. Okay, I'm gonna come back so we can screen share with this. Yeah, it's a small little pistol, right? I thought I had saw an image at some point. That would
I
have been
shared my screen. You can see a Scarecrow with a
revolver.
6-shooter. Yeah, revolver there.
That would have been a completely different movie.
I think in the movie it's when they are getting surrounded by the flying monkeys.
Oh my
And they're
God! Imagine
Like right before the Wicked Witch shows up, and he's got a pistol out, just ready to blast some fools.
Did you
And
know about this?
I haven't seen this. This is new.
Oh yeah,
So-
look at that. Did you know about this before you came up with the idea?
No, I hadn't known about it at all, actually. And I've seen The Wizard of Oz often. It's one of those movies that's sort of evergreen, especially here in Kansas. You see it everywhere. There's not a lot of, there's posters and things for The Wizard of Oz. Not a lot of Scarecrow holding his pistol.
You see it everywhere. Living in Kansas, it's your claim to fame.
It kind of is. I mean, we have the Wizard of Oz Museum here in Kansas. You go to the local airport, the Dwight D. Eisenhower Airport. There's a Wizard of Oz gift shop. It's a thing, and you go out of state. Where are you from, Kansas? Oh, you're not in Kansas anymore. You get all that nonsense. So why not embrace it? I say, and make money off of it.
Yeah, I mean, it strangely fits, right? You're from there, and you're writing about what you know. Although you've never been to Oz, from what I understand. So
That's true. Or have I?
I'm looking at your template over there, and it's green. I'm thinking, all your tools are green? Like it's like the Emerald City there.
It's emerald, yeah. Look at that. How about that? Might be something to it.
Yeah. So very good, man. Continued success on that. That looks so incredible. And actually, I have this here. I wasn't planning on showing this, but I got my own sculpture here. So let me see if I can.
That looks great.
Yeah. So this was for the animated. So this was done by a guy named Mike Smithson. He's a Hollywood special effects artist, and he created the character Fat Bastard. So he was actually nominated for an Academy Award for that. And so he did all the maquettes for DreamWorks Shrek. So he did this one, and he did the other 3 characters as well. So these were turnarounds for the animation. So this thing's pretty badass.
That's
And
really neat.
I guess they call it kit bashing. So as Hollywood goes, they redesigned the backpack here. So it's pretty cool. And the wrench looks kind of like a little high-tech. It's got some high-tech goodies on there. So that was really cool. I'm trying to figure out, somebody told me that you can digitally scan those and you can scale them down. So yeah, we might be doing some.
They have like
sculptures.
They have scanners that you can just like at the grocery store checkout, like a gun like that, and it just scans the model in 3D and puts it in.
So do you kind of put it on a rotating platform and just kind of hold it stationary and rotate it, or do you just kind of do it, click it, do it, click it?
I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah,
but I've seen them just do this sort of thing. It's got like a laser in it, and I don't know.
Yeah, the only one I
A grade. That's a little more than letter in a comic book.
Yeah, it's beyond us. Yeah. But anyways, I'm gonna be looking into that. So I think that would be cool to do in the future, and especially if people like us, Eric, can start doing 100K on campaigns. I think it's going to open up potential to do other things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Statues, action figures. I think isn't Johnny Phantasm's got action figures. So.
Yeah, the Johnny Phantasm action figure. I've been seeing those prototypes. That looks really cool. It's got that sort of 70s, 80s Kenner look, Star Wars look to it.
It does, huh? It looks like the Kenner, almost like the Joker action figure, the Kenner Joker action figure with a cooler face. Yeah. So would you mind if I show a little bit of Chrono stuff off?
No, please do.
Yeah, we're in demand as well. I think we've been going a little bit longer than you. So you're circling on to 70K. We're actually closing in on 50. So
nice.
yeah, I believe we're about 752 away from 50K. So man, Comicsgate are the best support ever. So yeah, so here is Chrono Mechanics. So Chrono Mechanics Retrofit, they do more before the dawn of time than most people do all day. So yeah, 49,248. Like I said, 752 away from the big goal. And speaking of, you said Vaughn did this video for us.
Oh, cool.
Hi all, I'm RT Bear, and I'm a comic book artist. During my 35-year career, I have worked on many comic titles for DC, Marvel, and Image Comics, such as Adventures of Superman, Ultimate Spider-Man, X-Men, Cable, Spawn, Youngblood, Super Sons, and others too numerous to mention. Now, I'm rocking the indie scene, and that all began with my graphic novel, Black and White. And thanks to people like you, we made that campaign a huge success. Now, I'm hoping that together we can do it again as I switch creative gears to want to do something new and exciting with a style created just for this Chrono Mechanics title. At this point, you may be saying, sounds good, but what is Chrono Mechanics about? Well, I'm glad you asked. This wildly funny sci-fi action-adventure graphic novel focuses on the best repair team to ever turn a wrench. I'm talking about Team 9.2 of Sector 7. Chrono Mechanics is about the brave, knuckle-busting son-of-a-gun repairman who fixed the big machine known as time. And yes, when I say machine, you heard right. What keeps our time running smoothly is an ancient nuts-and-bolts cosmic clockwork machine that is as huge as the galaxy itself. To join, Booth, a prehistoric businessman with anger issues. Caravaggio, frustrated Renaissance artist and inventor. Zinn, a child deity with the power of the gem. And a potential new recruit, Doug, a 70s rock god and slacker with crazy dumb luck. As they don their work suits and power up to repair a rip in time, will our slacker step up to become a Chrono Mechanic and take his place as the fourth member of Team 9.2 of Sector 7? Chrono Mechanics, they do more before the dawn of time than most people do all day. We believe that you will have so much fun reading about the crazy repair misadventures of Team 9.2 as we did making it. So please support this campaign and then spread the word. Thank you. You are awesome.
You guys are all awesome. Yeah, Vaughn did all that. He put it all together, put the music in there and the little animations and stuff. So he is, yeah, he's a great ally. And he's so much fun to talk creative ideas with.
Yeah, he is. And he's just got so much in him creatively. Seeing what we just finished the final, next to final pass, I should say, on lettering Monster MD and all the backup stories. He's going to go through, read it over and over and make sure. I think he's going to have somebody proofread it for any spelling or punctuation things that need to be updated. But it's like moments from print, and he's got his next book coming. He's helped Lady Alchemy resurrect her book, and he's just sort of been help. He made Clint's. He did the voiceover for Clint's Fatal video, and just a ton of stuff. He's got a lot of good ideas going. So we're like I said, we're tinkering on something for the future, but we got to get Battle Brick Road done first.
Yeah, he's a great ally, and he's kind of a behind the scenes player because he doesn't have a lot of time to do live streams and things like that. So you guys go check out Monster MD. I believe it's still in demand. That book looks incredible. the concept, the art, the coloring is really well done.
Tanya Wicker is amazing.
Holy shit, man! You
Yeah.
talk about like one of those synergy things, like the writing, the art, and the coloring, and the lettering, everything. It's a complete package. So it's really artistically well done. Just what I've seen, I can't wait to read the book. So so Chrono is basically their time repairmen. So we have Team 9.2 of Sector 7, and their pain in the ass job is repairing the big machine. So it's kind of the super fantastic meets the mundane. So these guys get to see things that no man has ever seen before. They get to they know all the mysteries of the universe and where everything's hid and you know all the strings are. And so, but it's not impressive to these guys. It's just their pain in the ass job.
It's everyday work. Yeah.
Yeah. So they get in their truck, they commute through the time stream, they get their coffee. They get to the work site. They try to get it done as quick as possible and as efficient as possible. And then they come home and hang out with their family and go to their own timelines, their respective timelines, and have their lives. So we have Zin, who is an intergalactic deity. He's the guy with the blowtorch. And then we have Caravaggio, who's loosely based on the Renaissance artist that really exists. And was kind of he didn't quite get the claim to fame that he should have in his timeline. So he's a frustrated artist. I'm sure any artist out there can relate to that. And then we have Oot, who's got the giant wrench. He is a prehistoric businessman. We used to call him the prehistoric Donald Trump because he deals in real estate. So he sells cave condos. And the reason he's so popular in his timeline is because each one of the cave condos is outfitted with a fire pit. Yes, fire pit. And you could imagine how popular that would be in a prehistoric timeline.
Yeah, I hear that was all the rage back then.
Yeah, it was the technology of the time. We can cook things and keep warm and also keep critters away from us.
Yeah, and now it's all like, can we get shiplap? That's all we care about now is shiplap. But back then, you know, if you can get a fireplace, you're good to go.
Oh, hell yeah. So you can imagine he was very, very popular, and you can imagine why I can't say the prehistoric Donald Trump anymore, because for some reason, just the sheer utter of that man's name brings people to tears and makes them crazy. So I don't understand it. Eric, do you understand it? I don't understand it.
I don't understand it. It doesn't bring me to tears.
Yeah, it boggles my mind. But anyways, he's just another president to me, you know.
Yep.
So then we have the new recruit, which is Doug. And so he has no discernible traits to be a mechanic. Like, you know, these guys are all scratching their heads. Why was he recruited? How is he going to fit in? And trust me, when he says work is a 4-letter word, he is not exactly on board with helping these guys. So if anything, he's the opposite. Like, he's not going to be helping them early on or at all, maybe, if you read it. You know, so the idea is, let's see how this guy fits into the team. He's pretty much a 20th latter 20th century slacker, as we call him. So we'll see how he fits into a very work environment. A guy that just shudders at the sheer name or word work. So here's Doug in his time in the 70s. He's a little bit of a cross between Steven Tyler and Ted Nugent. So he's got the voice of Tyler and the bombastic guitar prowess of a Ted Nugent. So he's definitely a product of his time.
Yeah, he'll have to borrow the caveman's loincloth to jump around on stage.
Oh shit! I didn't think about that, man. The Ted Nugent thing. There you go. That's
very Nugent. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a future episode right there. That's awesome, Eric. Thank you. Thank you for that.
That's for the next issue. It's for the next book.
Yeah. So this is Chrono Incorporated. So you can obviously see the shape is a screw or a nut, or I mean a bolt. So this is where all the big wigs kind of hang out. This is where all the time ships are repaired. And then the base of the shaft there they're like boom tubes, like the New Gods, the Kirby stuff. And so they get shot out of these boom tubes into their respective timelines. So each one has a sector. So this story focuses on Team 9.2 of Sector 7. So they're the best time repair team to ever turn a wrench. So that's how they get to their time stream, and that's how they get to their work sites. So this is Chrono Incorporated. I'm not going to go over everything, but this is Skippy and Eugene, and this is Doug. This is a little bit like your story, where we have like an Alice in Wonderland or Dorothy, you know, in Oz kind of thing, where Doug gets teleported to this prehistoric timeline, and then he sees all these strange, weird things that he's never seen before. So he sees this kind of spaceman, repairman kind of thing, and it's freaking him out. And he's impaired a little bit as well. So there may be some drugs and alcohol in his system.
I don't believe you. That doesn't seem. That doesn't seem like something a Nugent, Steven Tyler
would do.
kind would do. No.
No, not at all. Yeah, so he's kind of like, holy shit. And so Caravaggio here thinks that it's because he's not showing his true self. So then he powers down and shows his true self, but it doesn't get any better. So now he's just this short, weird-looking Renaissance poofta, as my Australian friends call them. He's a bit of a dandy. And so he takes off running, and then he bumps into this fellow, and then he, you know, it goes from worse to worse. What's that saying? From better to worse. From bad to worse. I don't know. Anyway, so this is Oot. So Oot is like, he wants to personalize the pummeling. So he shows his true prehistoric caveman self. So he's going to pummel Doug. And so he gets rescued by the Peacekeeper, which is Zin. So Zin is the intergalactic child deity. So he also is the calm within the team. So he pulls Doug away from, you know, death, and tries to help him understand what he's there for and what this is all about. And so Doug is obviously impaired and probably not the sharpest tool in the shed. And so it doesn't really work. The explanation doesn't work very well. So we get to see how Doug tries to fit in with this team, and how this team that is really, really under the gun has to fix time. So this is timelines merging here, and Eat at Joe's 50s Cafe shows up in the middle of this prehistoric timeline. Doug starts flirting with the car hop, which is typical. He's got charisma out the yang, as we say.
Oh, sounds like me.
Yeah, you have, and you're working on the hair too. So the hair is very Doug-esque. Yeah. So yeah, come by, check out the pages. There's a lot of fun stuff. I'm working in a style that is way outside of my DC Marvel style, and there's a lot of fun stuff to look at. There's the work in progress sketchbook. There's a slew of stretch goals here that if you sign up right now, but I do want to get to the stretch goals because I do have some news about the stretch goals. So we have all the stretch goals you guys will get, with the exception of 2. So we are going to, as soon as we get the books in, the final books in, we are going to pull the golden time card, because we got to simplify the campaign for the fulfillment process. So we're going to take this one off the table. So if you still want to get a golden time card, 1 out of 10 of you guys will get a chance to get this time card. If you get it in your book, fill it out where it says on it, number, put your backer number in, fill out your time card, sign it, send it to me, and I'll do a 9x12 drawing for you guys, absolutely free. No extra shipping.
It's absolutely beautiful. That's a great idea. You get some Art T-Bear original artwork, and you got to fill out your golden ticket. Love it.
Yeah. I think it's a fun idea, and we got the golden time cards in, and they printed up really, really well. They look amazing. And so then at the 35K, we offered the PDF of the movie script. And so yes, there was a movie script written by the great Matthew J. Hillary and myself. It took us like 8 years to write this thing in our spare time. It's 112 pages. I thought it would be fun during this pandemic to give you guys something ASAP to read. So if you back this thing today, you guys will get this 112-page movie script within the next couple days. So these are going out ASAP, and they're going to your email address. So if you did just back, check your spam folder, because sometimes they go to spam. So those are going out now, and those will go away as soon as we start fulfillment as well. Just as a way to simplify and make things easier on my wife, Pamela, since we are fulfilling 2 campaigns at this point. We're fulfilling the Black and White Second Chance, and we're fulfilling the Chrono Retrofit, or we will be fulfilling the Chrono Retrofit very, very soon.
It's good.
Yeah,
Can't wait to get mine.
Yeah,
Can't wait
yeah.
to get mine.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. So we should wrap this up, but I did want to show this off. Let me see if I can find how to do this. So this is the Golden Time card, you guys. So it's actually printed on golden paper. So this was not easy to do. We, well, my wife actually, she kicked ass and hassled every printer known to man. And most of them said they couldn't do it, but we found one that said that they could. So even the back of this is golden. I don't have it here because these are my my stash copies for the T-Bear Vault. So yeah, this is really, really cool. And you guys, I also want to update the Black and White campaign. These are printed up, so I will be getting the Vampirilla Black and White copies in soon. So as soon as I get these from Dynamite, we will be sending these along for the Black and White Second Chance as well. So I just wanted to give you guys all the heads up there.
Such a great cover.
Oh, thank you. And then the newest, we just got these the other day. You're going to love this, Eric. This thing came out so well. This was our second shot. Because the first one's got damaged. So in the shipping. So this is huge. I got to stand up to show this thing off.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Where did you get those printed?
Mix'em, actually. And we did look around for different printers, and a lot of them don't do prints this size.
Yeah. That's where I'm going to be going. I'm going to have my cover is going to be that big as well. We have it's about 24 by 36.
Yeah, I think it is exactly that size.
Yeah, we're going to be doing a giant size poster of that. We have that on the campaign as well. So it's nice to see somebody getting, man, it's good to see it in person, knowing I'll be going to the same printer. So
yeah, so they went above and beyond. And like I said, so far we're having a little bit of problems with Mix'em with the Chrono books, because they were shot or they printed very, very dark. So what we did is we've been trying to figure it out how to get a lighter version, because we had proofs made, but the proofs were digital proofs, and so then the actual prints are offset.
Yep.
So they shift in color. So when we okayed, to go to final production on the book, we okayed it through the proofs. So they did say there would be a slight variation, but it ended up becoming a very, very huge variation. So we do have like 1,400 of these downstairs, but I can't ship them out in good conscience because it is really dark. I mean, it's not going to do it justice, but it is really dark. So we just got the final okay from Claire. If you're not dealing with Claire, Eric, she is amazing over at Mix'em. She is a sweetheart. And so they told us yesterday that they are going to reprint all 1,400 of these for you guys. And they are working with the printer to try to get lighter versions of something more like the proofs that we had okayed. So they are really willing to work. And if this all works out, you guys, we did have a major, major setback. But if Mix'em does everything that they say that they're going to do, they will still be high up on my list of people to work with, because they have gone. It's been time consuming, but these things do take time when there's problems. But they have been willing to work with us, and they've been open.
Yeah, That's
And
good. I had the same sort of problem with. I felt Flying Fortress is a smidge too dark, but it wasn't throughout the book. It was one sequence in particular that was like, yeah, it's kind of dark, and a lot of that had to do with how I think how it was colored way back in the day too. But it wasn't a deal breaker. But we had some printing issues with the peeling on the cover, like it would kind of scratch away, and that's why I had that. That's why I have that Scratch and Dent Battle Damaged edition going out. Those are the books that were affected by that, or shipping damages, or whatever. So, but I mean, hey, they've been good to me. They've been good for a lot of people. I know.
How did you work that second campaign? Did you just discount the book? Is that how
Yep.
you did it?
Just discounted it. So the original campaign, the book was 35. It was a 228-page book, had a ton of extras. So I scrolled away the ones that just didn't pass inspection, and threw them up second campaign, $10 off, and we've made over 10 grand off of those books. So there's about 40 left.
Yeah,
So-
some people in the chat mentioned that when I was telling the story, and they said maybe you could do what Eric did with the but yours fit, man, because it's called Battle Damage.
Yeah, the theme one, yeah, it fits with the theme. Keep
Yeah,
saying
maybe
if I have any left over, I'll go to the range, and 'cause people were complaining that they weren't damaged enough. What?
Oh, that's right. We're gonna shoot bullets through them.
Why not? Why not have a special edition? Make it way super damaged, but not discount it. Increase the price.
Yeah, you know what you could do if you could find a place on the cover or on the book that would be the least amount of intrusion as far as storytelling, and then hit every one of the books, in that spot.
I don't know how to do. That would take some investigation. I figured I would just put several rounds into 5 of them and put them up and see what happens.
I think that would be a really cool collectible. Yeah, because even like I had people that were asking, how can we just they just want the time card.
Yeah.
Can we buy the time card? Like if we don't get them because it's a cool collectible. So I'm thinking not everybody's going to send their time card in, and maybe I guess we could do it as a tier or an add-on. And then I don't know how you feel about this, Eric. I think it was Shay said that some people like to just be able to get the trading cards like as an add-on.
Mhm.
So like the Chrono campaign has like 12 cards. So how do you feel about that? Like doing possibly things like, like time cards or trading card add-ons?
You could make it a la carte, but I have the option on the remastered Battle Damaged is you get the book, and if as an add-on you can get all of the extras that came in the main campaign, all the stretch goals, posters, print, all that stuff, and you can add that on for an extra $15. So it's way it's a hell of a deal. So I just think whether you change it in demand later on down the road or do a second chance or whatever, just have that grab bag of extras as its own add-on. The people that backed the first time, they get their goodies for free as stretch goals, and then if you waited or whatever, you wanted to get a second copy, you wanted to get a second pack of cards, well, it might cost you extra this time. You want to reward those people that jump in first.
Right.
So yeah,
because I think 6 of these cards, or at least 5 of them, all these 5 cards right here, these are all free. So these are the stretch goal cards.
Mm-hmm.
So they came out pretty cool. So these are all based on all the variant covers. So yeah, I think I'll do that. So if I do a volume 2, not a volume 2, but if I do a second chance, I think that is a good idea.
Yeah.
So like you said, like people that missed out on the stretch goals or the little extras, they can get that experience, but at a premium price.
Exactly.
Yeah, very good. Well, I think we're going to start wrapping this up, man. This was a lot of fun, dude. I can't believe we haven't done more of these. I think we've kind of hung out in other people's streams, but never like one-on-one like this.
Yeah, we need to do this more often.
Definitely.
Fancy meeting you here.
Exactly. Well, hey everybody, Battlebrick Road, the description or the link is in the description. So click on that, go back a book, The Chrono Mechanics link is there as well. Go click on that, back a book. There's a lot of fun stuff there for you guys. And also, what's in the future for you, Eric? I mean, I know that you're working your ass off to get the book done, but do you have any new projects or anything else you want to?
Well, to tease a little bit, I'm working on, obviously, Battle Brick Road, and with a couple of guys, I'm doing Savage Wilds with All This and Sierra Whiskey. That's going to be, we're tinkering right now on like timing and format and stuff. We might not be a traditional graphic novel format size kind of. I mean, we're going to play with figure out how to make that look really good. And then again, to tease the teasiest of teases, Vaughn and I are working on something in the background. The code name is Project Battle Axe.
I like that.
So it'll be coming from the mind of Von Klaus with my art and lettering. So that'll be great. It looks like did you have some super chats? I feel it looks like the chat is saying there may have been some super
Art
chats.
hates super chats. Yeah, I hate everyone today. No, I don't. Yeah, I think Southern California is preparing me for the humidity that you guys have experienced, because like I said, we're at 50% humidity, so I'm draining here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
thank you guys so much for reminding me and keeping me on track. Zero, thank you so much. $25. Hey, Eric, would you say that you are determined not to rush the book so that the art is the best it could be? Seems worth it. That's why I ask.
Yeah, so I'm not rushing the book, no, but we have our goal or our desire to hit a certain dates, but I'm not going to speed through rushing pages. This is not what Comicsgate wants. It's not what the audience wants. They don't want the book as fast as possible. They want it as best as possible, and I've seen that time and time again. I've done polls online saying, "Hey, what's more important to you?" And it's always quality over quantity or quality over speed, because they know when you're slacking off.
Yeah, exactly.
These are smart people. These are smart readers. These are the best fans in the industry, and they don't want your second-rate work. So yeah, we're shooting for early 2021, but knowing how crowdfunding goes, knowing how when you're sort of the captain of the ship, there's a lot of stuff you got to do, and it's a moving target. But I'm working hard, and I'm working on everybody else's book. As most people know, they call me the busiest man in Comicsgate because I'm on so many projects, and those are the ones that, I'm here to support everybody. I'm lettering Shinobi Sasquatch right now. I'm working on Shadow Sentry from Eric Nieltowski, and we just finished Guardians of Erloth and Monster MD. So it's always there's always something to work on. I just finished Unforgettable Tales 3 a couple weeks ago, so that'll be, I think, coming out with the big one, all the old stuff. What's that called? What do you call that? The warts and all. I think it's coming out with that as like an add-on.
Something about Cyberfrog. Yeah.
Something about cyber something. Yeah.
Well, I always get envious when you talk like this, because you get to see all these books before anybody else gets to see them. So you are the behind-the-scenes master. I'm telling you right now, everybody in Comicsgate better be taking care of you really well, because you have the dirt on everybody, because you could just expose them. It's like, oh, really? You're gonna like not treat me well? Here's a couple pages I'm gonna show everybody.
I would never do that, Art, ever. Don't even suggest it. I would never do that.
No, I'll tell you right now. I remember early on working with Jim Valentino. And we were doing some independent stuff for Warp Graphics, which is within Richard Pinney's company. And I had suggested something like that to Jim. I was like, well, they're not paying us, so maybe we should withhold pages. And then, we can use that as leverage. And he said, to be a professional in this industry, you never hold up printing. You never hold that up. He said, even if they screw you, you always deliver the goods. And so I did. Yeah, I learned that early on, and I have never played that card. But we're just joking here.
Yeah, we're just messing around.
I know you would never do it. But yeah, just on that note too, just like I was saying with Chrono, that's also why we're not, because we have the books. We have 1,400 we could start fulfilling right now, but the printing just isn't, top quality yet, but we will get there. And so I do appreciate all your patience and everybody. Wait. Oh my gosh, we have Ethan yesterday. Oh, that's the Beatles song. Yes.
Song, yeah.
Well, this is going back. I'm going back in time. Yeah. He called it scrambled eggs. Yeah. So Ethan knows that story too. Except Nasser. Nasser doesn't know much of anything. His name's getting dropped quite a bit.
Yeah, there's a lot of that going around.
Yeah, there's a lot of that going around. And you guys, thank you. And thank you, Eric, for hipping me to these super chats, because I am one man. I am one old man, and I'm not quite in tune with everything. So Alfred McKay for $5. Thank you so very much. Is there a CG network for writers and illustrators? I am currently writing a fun story and was looking for a comic book illustrator to team up with you. I'll tell you, Alfred, and then I'll let Eric chime in. There isn't a network per se, but we're all easy to contact. So if you see somebody that goes on a stream and you like their work, contact them. Become friends with them, contact them, and just hang out, because we are all very easily accessible. I have a few people in my DMs and on my Facebook Messenger that I talk to on a semi-regular basis, and they ask me questions, and they're like part of a team, so I help them and I help guide them. So definitely, if that's something you want to do, reach out to people, and I'm sure you can put a team together.
Yep.
So how do you feel about that, Eric?
That's good. I would say if you don't have a Twitter handle, grab one and just drop that same super chat when there's a big stream on, like Comicsgate Live, or anytime Ethan's streaming, or John Malin or something, and just say, hey, looking for an artist. Hit me up on Twitter at whoever. And you'll get messages. Make sure your DMs are open. Even if you want to make not even make it your person, do something. Just let people know. Search that hashtag, search the Comicsgate hashtag, put a post on Twitter, let people know you're looking for an artist. And I'm sure somebody will show up. I know there are a lot of people that, like I know Yellow Flash has been looking for an artist for a while, and some people look for a long time, some people find them right away, but they're out there. So,
and just know, keep looking, because they're to find a colorist for black and white, we went through like 15 different people before we found one that was willing to take some of the heat, because there's a different component to this too. There's the Comicsgate component, which is totally unfounded. And if you've just been hanging out with Eric and I for the last hour or so, you'll know we're good guys. But there is some of that, and there are those concerns. So I would be very upfront about anybody that isn't Comicsgate if you're going to approach them. And but the sky's the limits. Like, there's a lot of talented people, and this Comicsgate is growing. So it is welcoming, and it is helping along new books and new talent. So just like what Eric was saying, and what I was saying, just reach out, and you'll be able to build your dream. All right, you guys. Well, I'm going to let Eric go, because he's got work to do.
I do. Lots of work.
Yes. Well, good luck with the move, Eric. Show off the new house to us, and let us see the fruits of your labor, man. All this hard work. Yeah.
I will.
So very good. You guys take care. Thanks to everybody in the chat. And go back these books. Take care, guys.
See ya.